for me, I want that person.
It's a real good story.
Yes.
No, I'm glad he lived. But the award.
Good point.
I'm switching my answer now. There we go.
I was going to say you want it because you're so sweet in it.
Travis.
There's a semi. Game on.
Hello.
Hello.
It's good to see you. We do this only once
You
a month
too.
now, so
And last time I saw you, we were in costume.
that is true. We were.
We were not in, you know.
Yeah. Gosh, we have a fun night tonight
We do.
planned.
Excited.
We have a special guest coming on, the mayor. But before we
Mhm.
get things started, I wanted to kind of remind everybody first, thanks for joining us, and take a moment and go to YouTube and subscribe to Bougie Sports, where you can find all our podcast content. Also, check out bougiesports.net, where you can find all things bougie related, along with our pictures and bios and other content that Yvette is always putting out on the site. And the Real Squad Pod, of course, is also on X, so go ahead and give us a follow.
We need some followers on that page.
Yeah, but
I'm just going to say that.
Better about checking it too.
And we are also now on Facebook. Squad
Yeah,
Pod.
okay. We are.
That's a new addition as well. I'm trying to keep up with that page. But yes, we are on Facebook as well. Bougie Sports and Squad Pod are both on Facebook.
Oh,
Yep, good times.
I haven't signed on to Facebook in like 2 years.
Since Jesus was little.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I got caught up on Twitter and
I
it
know.
just never changed. I don't know. I just like the fact that back in the day it was, just a quick text and it wasn't some big long spiel on Facebook.
Yes.
Taking up.
Yeah, now it's like,
yeah.
Yeah. My attention span stopped about right here,
Yep.
So tonight, yes, you said we are going to have a great time tonight. We're going to talk about the Cavs. We're going to, well, if there's anything to talk about with the Browns, we're going to talk about the Browns. We're going to talk about WWE Crown Jewels last weekend. I'm wearing my Cleveland Nightmare shirt from SummerSlam. But we do have a great guest tonight. You may know him as the mayor of Canton, or let's call him actually the unofficial mayor of Canton.
Yeah.
So let's bring in the mayor.
All right, let's go ahead and bring in the mayor. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi, y'all.
How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so excited to be here to talk about the Cavs, food, wrestling, and SummerSlam. I didn't get a cool shirt when I was at SummerSlam, though.
You didn't get the Cleveland Nightmare shirt?
No, I didn't. I didn't get any shirts while I was there. I do have a Gunther shirt, though, but it's so old school. It's actually a Walter shirt.
Oh my gosh, that is old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I should have worn that tonight if I would have been prepared. But
no, that's
like lumberjack Billy Jack Haynes from earlier.
I'm being the company man with my bougie sports gear.
Yep. She's wearing the company attire.
Yes. Company attire.
So let's fill everybody in first off on your podcast, the Meal with the Mayor. You do that every Wednesday at 6. You did it tonight?
Yes, I posted it tonight. I forgot the last 2 weeks, so that was terrible of me. But this week I finally remembered to do it, and I reviewed the Wendy's pineapple under the sea Frosty. And
how was it?
It was pretty good, but it was weird because it wasn't good for why it should have been good. I will say this: if you dip your fries in it, which you have to if you have a Frosty, you got to dip your fries in the Frosty.
I mean, right.
But it was weird because they put all the pineapple at the bottom of it. And then it was just vanilla. So I mixed it all up. Then I stuck my fries in it, and it tasted just like a Cheez-It. It made no sense.
Really?
Yes.
Cheez-It?
Vanilla ice cream, French fries, and pineapple should not taste like a Cheez-It. There's no sense or logic why it tastes like a Cheez-It. But I'm telling you, if you do this, you're going to start eating it. You're like, why does this taste like a Cheez-It? It doesn't make sense.
Ew. I don't know.
I can't even imagine.
I can't. So when you do your Meal with the Mayor, do you just do you just, okay, what am I in the mood to eat tonight? What am I going to try? Do you try to theme it up with, okay, it's St. Patrick's Day, so I'm going to get corned beef, or I don't know. Like how do you plan that out?
Usually I just try to go on and figure out like what's new, like between fast food restaurants, what's something new that someone hasn't had. I don't like to just try like chicken nuggets or like a Whopper from Burger King, because probably everyone's had that. So I try to stay like up to date on something new. Like, I want to plan, I'll just go ahead and spoil it here, but for this next week, I want to go to Swenson's because just yesterday they dropped their Thanksgiving burger.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a turkey burger with cranberry mayo, stuffing, and sweet potato fries on it with Swiss cheese. So it's an amalgamation of mess, but I'm excited to go try it and see what it's like. So
that may be good.
Could be.
Now,
I love some stuffing.
So. I do too. I love some good stuff and some cranberries. Look out. So like we kind of discovered coming on here, I spend 4-ish days of my week down in the Uniontown and Canton area, and I've been going down there since 2011 for work. So I'm a little familiar with some of the food places around there. So for people who are maybe up this way or live in Northeast Ohio that think, I want to get out of Cleveland to go to dinner, like where do you think are some of the best places, the must places, if someone's going to go to Canton and drive from Cleveland or wherever, where should they go?
I mean, there's probably going to be like your generic answers that most people say, like Gervasi, Twisted Olive.
I love Twisted Olive.
Twisted Olive is great, and it's not too far from me.
Yep.
But I would say there in Uniontown, right by where you described, there's a place called 35 Bricks.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. It looks like it's not open. It always looks like it's not open. There's usually like 3 cars in the parking lot, and they probably work there. But you go in, you get great service. The food is phenomenal. If you're into, fancy drinks, drinks are out of this world. And everything I've gotten there is just amazing. So I want to say that. And also in the Uniontown area, there's a place that opened up called Kittles.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
It used to be the Brick Oven Pizza over. It's hidden in one of those plazas there on Master Road, and phenomenal pizza. Right now, they're still trying to work on expanding their menu, but I'm telling you, the pizza there, it's up there with Luigi's.
Oh, wow.
It is great. That's another place. I guess if you're going to talk about the Akron area, you got to get to Luigi's if you're going to try some, classic pizza, classic Italian food.
And just the atmosphere, Luigi's wise, you have to experience. The other place that's really close to my office that's really good, but they don't open till 4 is the Bistro.
Yes, the Bistro. Yeah. They do have a couple bistros. There's one, I believe, over in Plain Township somewhere. Also, and then there's, but if you are gonna go downtown Canton, there's a place called Fronimo's, and very good food there as well. And those are pretty my suggestions in the Canton.
Very good. Yeah. The one thing that I did do, I don't know if you've done this, that they do in the Canton area, and again, if you're someone out of the area and want to do a fun day in Canton, besides I almost said Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Pro Football Hall of Fame is they have what's called a Canton food tour. Now they do have one in Cleveland, and they do have one. Westside Market has one as well that you can do. But it's a walking tour through Canton, and you do go into a little bit of Hall of Fame Village. They take you through there. But we went to Bender's Tavern, which Bender's is a very historical spot in Canton. It used to be, it's a really old school like bar and restaurant that used to be solely for men. And there were only certain hours where women were allowed to come in, and they were only allowed to go in through one entrance. And they still have the signage up in the entrance that is just for women. I mean, obviously it's not a thing anymore, but it's just so cool to be in there and just, see this. It's like a real old speakeasy kind of vibe. The food off the hook. It's so good. And there was another like French cheese shop that we went to. I mean, it was an amazing tour, and just, you're walking around like, I can't believe all this is right in my backyard in Canton, and I never knew it was here.
I've never done that tour, but I'm going to have to look into it because that does sound awesome. Because I do love Bender's.
Mhm.
They've got great food there. And like, I didn't know that story. I've never even heard that before, but that's pretty cool.
Yep. Because what's cool about the tour, obviously, is too, they give you background on all of these places that are there. So, all right. So great. So now all of you know some great places that you can check out in the Uniontown and Canton area.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hungry.
I still haven't eaten dinner, so I can't wait.
That's right.
I'm getting
All right.
so hungry sitting here now.
I know.
I was supposed to ask you, sir, about Culver's.
Culver's.
Oh, yes.
You love Culver's.
Actually, that's what I'm having for dinner. Is being delivered to me as we speak. So it's like 50 minutes away for delivery. So I love Culver's. I'm big in fast food, obviously. So I love their double cheeseburger. I say it's the best fast food burger out there.
It is.
Everything that you get at Culver's, like, I don't know. I feel like Lysandra's got some beef with them. I'm trying to figure out why, because
it's more service related and not food related.
Okay.
Food is great.
Okay.
I will tell you that fish sandwich is really good.
Yeah,
So
fish sandwich is so good. The chicken tenders, the chicken sandwich.
Yes,
I mean everything, but for me the burger is just phenomenal. Like you can't challenge it with. I mean, Freddy's, I say, comes close.
I've never had Freddy's.
Freddy's is another
I live
style,
near
smash burger
Freddy's,
style.
Culver's, In-N-Out Burger too. I live near too.
I love In-N-Out.
Yeah, it's good. In-N-Out's fries are trash though.
Yeah,
I don't like.
I think Culver's is better all around.
Yeah.
See, I don't like Culver's fries. It's the only thing that I give them a negative on.
don't?
I don't like crinkle cut fries.
They're
I'm not a
mid.
fan
They
of
are
crinkle cut
mid,
fries.
yeah.
Yeah, I whenever I get Culver's, I just add the cheese curds and spend the extra money instead of getting fries for my side and just get the cheese curds because they're delicious.
You know what else?
Chili cheese fries.
Oh, yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
You know what else is good at Culver's? And don't smack me down. It's the health person in me. Is their steamed broccoli with a side of their cheese.
That does
Don't
sound good.
drown it in it, people. That's not good for your cholesterol. Just dip it in and have a little bit. So you get that little bit of cheese with your broccoli.
I'm not going to Culver's for my cholesterol.
Look at me. I'm like, I'm going to have broccoli here.
I'm drinking my 0-calorie seltzer water here, so
See?
I'm being healthy tonight.
Water.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, well, good. Great food talk. Let's move it on over to what should we start with? Good news or?
I would
Yes.
say let's start with the great news. I
Yes.
am personally in the midst of the Cavs just started playing the Pelicans, our 8-0
That's right.
Cavaliers.
Yes.
And so that game just started in the background. So if you see me
Okay.
kind of peeking and not paying attention or anything, it's probably because my attention span is a little whack right now. But
No.
yeah, so the Cavs have a new coach, they have a new outlook, they have a new style, and an 8-0 start. The last few games I put together, I found some clips online and just put together a quick reel for 2 minutes of some good moments this season of the Cavs kicking ass and and doing looking really great doing it. I just feel like there's like a spark with them right now, and I don't know. I'm just really excited. Anyways, let's go ahead and get the reel started, and then after the reel, we can go ahead and talk about some of the improvements that the Cavs have made that we can see immediately. All right.
I love movies. Need some popcorn. I watched this nervous, like I don't know what's gonna happen.
No, I mean,
You know?
highlights are great because for me, it kind of, because sometimes I just catch bits and pieces of the game, but as a whole right now, I'm seeing amazing things coming out of them. They have like their offense is a whole lot more high paced. They're a lot more aggressive getting into the hole. pushing the ball up the floor. Evan Mobley looks like he actually gained a little bit of muscle there. He's still skinny, but I feel like he's starting to fill out more. He looks stronger.
He really does.
Is doing an amazing job. I love him
insane.
because he made it clear that he wants to stay in Cleveland. That's so awesome.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, a couple of these games, it's like watching the end of like a Browns game. You're just like,
Yes.
you know, they're within
Especially that
a
Bucks
point
game.
of each other, and there's like 9 seconds left, and you're like the other night when Donovan Mitchell, you know,
Oh, that's coming up.
oh yes, I don't know if I can watch it again. My goodness,
No.
9 seconds left, and he.
There you go.
That's 2 weeks ago.
I had to put it in slow motion because that was just all net
Dude.
with 0.3 seconds left. So, yeah, that was a little quickie reel
So
just to
good.
kind of show. I'm really proud of the Cavs. They've definitely changed in their ball movement. It's like they're passing the ball more. They're more aggressive. And they're just clicking. Like their chemistry looks a whole lot better. What do you guys think?
That's what I was gonna say. I've really noticed like their ball movement. It's not like just dribble up, stand around, wait for someone playing off the ball. Like it's like they actually have plays called up. I know it's crazy to say, but but I really thought that Jared Allen also has really stepped up this year. I love big men playing underneath. I know everyone loves the 3-point game these days, but actually seeing Mobley and Allen playing underneath, I think has been a tremendous way so that they can spread the ball around and let the shooters actually shoot. And the constant ball movement has just been fantastic. They are second in points right now for points per game, from what I know, unless something's changed in the last hour or so. But I know that the only team that actually is outscoring them are the Celtics, which obviously we're going to see hopefully in the future here.
Well,
but,
they're actually first in the NBA in assists, so they're actually moving the ball a whole lot better.
Yeah. The only thing that I'd really like to see them improve on, which I don't know how they do when you have two big men that really control the ball a lot and play, the ball, they're controlling the ball, and that's their free throw percentage, because they're pretty low at free throw percentage. And late in games, that's when you can start seeing those close games get tightened up. Start getting really nervous at the end of the game when you've got a 73% free throw team percentage like that. Like to see it a little bit higher up near the 80s, where most of the contending teams really are. And that's the thing that gets me scared for postseason. But I mean, even their opponents' points per game is pretty darn low. I think they're top 10.
I have a stat for that. They're the fourth best defensive rating in the NBA, only allowing 103.1 points per 100 possessions.
Okay.
So they're definitely making moves on defense too.
Yeah, I mean, their offense, defense, they're killing it. Like I said, the only thing that scares me right now is still that free throw percentage, and I don't know how you improve that when you've got two big men that that are key parts to the team that you don't want to sub out just for free throw percentage at late in game. But while we're on the Cavs, as I like to bring fast food into things, I have to say, use your McDonald's app, people. If you're in the Ohio area and the Cavs score 100 points, the very next day you get a $2 large fry and don't need to order anything else. And the best thing is, if they score 120 points in a game, the next day you get a free large fry, which they're averaging 122 points a game. So the last 8 games, you could get free 8 large fries for completely free. You don't have to order anything. You just punch in your app, select the button. Cavs scored 120 points, free large fry. This is some bonus tips that you're not going to get in other places here.
Only here. Yeah. Only here. Yeah.
Check out that McDonald's app because the Cavs are killing it. And
they are. Free stuff. And they were doing that too with the Guardians, weren't they?
With the Guardians, yeah. Anytime that the Guardians had a double, wasn't it a
double cheeseburger or
it was
a certain rate?
Yeah, it was a double cheeseburger for $1.
That's what it was. I
Yeah.
knew there was something with a
Yeah.
double because it
Yeah.
was coming
A
up on
double,
my
you got the
phone.
double cheeseburger for $1.
It was
Which
coming
was
up
a
on my
great deal
phone.
because they almost had a double every single game. Like they were
Right.
killing it hitting. So
Yeah.
it was
Right.
great.
So
The weird thing is either they don't have any promotions for the Browns or the Browns haven't been good enough to hit any of their promotions. But I'm sure we'll talk about the Browns in a little bit. But the Browns are giving us nothing other than sadness this year.
I'm gonna get my free broccoli from Culver's because of the Browns.
Yeah.
Heather says something to us. She says it's Kenny, his rotations, and how he's using his guys. And hi,
Yes.
ladies and Mayor, love you. We love you too. No, that's true. But she's bringing up a good point.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, when you think about the difference between last year and this year, numero uno difference is new coach.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about new coaches and coaches.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he's not as bearded and as handsome as some coaches, but
I mean, there can only be one. There's only one. But I feel like
He's
and
utilizing the bench.
He-
He's utilizing the strengths of the team a lot better than Bickerstaff has. I can
absolutely.
see, everybody is contributing, and it's just looking more cohesive. It looks more put together. It looks more streamlined. It just looks like cleaner basketball. Just watching, you know, for the times that I am home and I'm not running around to soccer games and everything, when I have time to watch the game, I definitely see a difference. It's a lot less sloppiness. You know how there was just a lot of turnovers, and now I think they're they have I think the 5th least turnovers in the league right now. So they're taking
I didn't
care of the
notice that.
basketball. They're pushing the ball up the floor, and they are playing some good ass defense because it's allowing them to score off of those possessions and make their mark.
Yeah, and I feel like they've always played really good defense over the past with this core that they have currently.
They've always been a good defensive team, but I think
the offense
that,
where they're pushing a faster pace,
yeah,
and
they're
actually
more
spreading the
aggressive
ball
in the
around.
paint.
You know, that's where I'm really seeing the most improvement.
The offense, most certainly.
For sure. For sure. Yeah.
And
It's
you
just
can't beat an 8-0 start until tonight when they go 9-0 and beat the Pelicans, correct?
Oh
Yep.
yeah, they're totally
Pelicans.
the Pelicans.
I can't remember. I had read something and I meant to look it back up again today when the last time they had this kind of a start was. And I don't know if I read that it was the 80s. Could it have been that long ago?
Yeah,
They had to have had a couple good starts early when.
Like with LeBron?
Yeah, you'd think at like 2008, 2009, 2010 area before he had left. I feel like they had really good starts to the seasons.
I do too. But I looked at it and I was like, wow, it was 2016.
See, I got my
Heather
little
said.
control center over here.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find something. I'm going to ask Mr.
Well-
Gemini.
Heather said it was 2016, which was the year.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take that. We'll take another
I
championship.
don't know.
Right.
Gemini is telling me the last time the Cavs started a season 8-0 was way back in the 76-77 season.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, you know.
I was
Yeah, I was in the negative numbers. But yeah, Austin Carr, World Be Free, I think, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a little bit about it. My mom used to go to all the playoff games at Richfield Coliseum, so she has stories for me. So
I love the
that's-
Richfield Coliseum.
Oh my gosh, right?
This could be controversial, you know, but I love the sporting events being outside of the city of Cleveland. I cannot wait for Brook Park Browns. Like I just can't wait for it. I can't wait.
Browns.
The Brook Park Browns, you know, there's nothing there but a Sheets. You can go. There's got to be some promotion they'll do with Sheets, right? Like,
Oh, for sure. It's going to be so built up. I mean, there's going to be so much there. But I am, yeah, I feel for the businesses there for sure. But that'll be nice. I'm not going to complain. Listen, I want them just to be in a building where they're going to win. I don't know. Is it going to happen?
and a dome.
And a dome. And
because
a deli.
I refuse to go to any games that are like less than 50 degrees outside. I'm just not doing it. If they're in the AFC Championship, not going.
Not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it. Yeah,
He's like, not gonna do it.
I know there's a fair weather fan is not used that way, but literally, if it's not fair weather, my ass is not going to be in a seat outside anywhere.
Oh, we got a food comment here.
Ooh.
Roger. If
The
the
mayor
mayor of
can-
Canton has any pull at a pizza oven, see if he can get a crumbled sausage and onion sent to
Sent to
Kaiba.
Kaiba Falls.
That's my exact order, Roger. At Pizza Oven, their crumbled sausage and onion is the exact order I get at Pizza Oven. That's crazy that you say that because
That's so
You
funny.
nailed
Pizza
it.
oven is good.
yeah, that Pizza Oven is great for Ohio, like local area here. I would like to get out in Youngstown and try all their pizzas.
Mm-hmm.
But in this area, Pizza Oven is very well known.
Oh,
Um,
it's the place.
yeah, it's really good. Also, I forgot to say when we were talking about places earlier, there's a place called Danny Boy's, and I think there are a couple around in the northeastern area. But I love Danny Boy's pizza, so that's another.
I haven't had that either. You know who else? We're like, I know we're kind of jumping all over, but it's okay. To me, and I'm not in the Canton area. I don't live in the Canton or Cleveland area, but Ohio Pie in Brunswick, and they're also now in Rocky River. That is the best pizza I've ever had so far in the area.
Never had it. I have to try it.
It's so good. Now, their sauce is a little bit on the sweeter side. So if you're not someone who likes a sweet sauce, it's probably not going to be your jam. But they have breakfast or brunch pies, they call them, on Saturday and Sunday with like eggs and sausage and all that. And it's on an everything pizza crust. And then now they have a Thanksgiving pizza with stuffing and the gravy and the everything.
Man, I'm getting too hungry.
It's so good.
Too much.
It's so good. They don't deliver. You have to go pick it up, but it's good. Just saying, anybody out there who wants to take a little travel to
My
Brunswick
stomach
or
is
if you're in
growling.
Rocky River.
Out
What?
here in Colorado, my stomach is growling.
Ah! I had good pizza in Colorado too when I was there.
Yeah, there's good pizza here, but man, that all sounds so yummy.
It's so good. It's so good. Everybody's gonna order pizza when this is over.
I know.
So Browns.
Yes.
Guys,
Yes.
did you
Yeah.
watch Andrew Barry's press conference today, Mayor?
I did not. I was at work at the time, and I usually don't get a chance to watch too many things that are going on outside of my work. But I did kind of catch up with a couple bits and pieces of it, and I'm not feeling very positive even about the future because I still have a feeling old number 4 is going to be working his way back into the starting rotation. He's going to be starting for us next year, and I still feel like he's going to be our week 1 starter, and I do not think that's a good thing at all.
No, I agree. I think he should. When I saw that, I was like, are you freaking serious that you're saying this right now, that he's going to be here next year?
That's what it sounds like to me. And everything, I know Mary Kay Cabot is kind of like the parrot of the Browns. I feel like she gets a lot of information that she is saying to read between the lines of what she says. And a lot of the things that she's saying recently have been, Deshaun's not the problem, Deshaun this. And it's telling me they're setting us up for he's coming back next year. And I mean, I as much as I say I can't agree with it, you're paying him so much money and you're guaranteed that money. If you're going to draft a rookie quarterback and let him learn from Deshaun, I don't know what he's going to learn. Not how to read a defense pre-snap for sure, but I don't know what he's going to learn other than staying healthy for a year. And maybe, I don't know who you get there, but someone is going to have to, I don't know. It's a really bad situation all around. And even if you get rid of him, the loss of draft picks that we've had for the last 3 years, I mean, look at what the Texans have done with those draft picks. And if we had those draft picks, think about, we could have been filling the needs like the offensive line where we've had injuries, the defensive line where we've had injuries. You know, all of these things could have been addressed if we just didn't make that trade, which is possibly the worst trade in all of sports history outside of Babe Ruth. I'd say Babe Ruth might be worse, but but outside of that, you know, probably the greatest baseball player of all time.
Right.
outside of that, this is probably the worst trade in sports history
Yeah.
I
for
mean,
many reasons, not just on the face value, but for what we gave up to get the one of the worst contracts in sports history.
mhm. With
Who's his agent? Shit.
I don't know.
No.
He's
No, I just now it's like they're trying to recoup that by doing these trades with Zedarius and trying to recoup
Mhm.
with some draft picks with what has happened. So I just see everything blowing up around Deshaun, and they're gonna keep him, get their money's worth, get rid of all these great guys that we built up around us. It's upsetting.
Yeah, I mean,
Very
and
upsetting.
it's not even that I don't even think that they're trying I mean, they want to get draft picks out of it, but
Yeah.
literally they're just
Mhm.
trying to free up cap space because we're going to be such upside down in cap hell, like where
Mhm.
you're not going to be able to sign anyone. You're not going to be able to improve at all because we're guaranteed that contract, I think, for the next 2 years before it really starts going down. So, I mean, get used to the 3-4 win teams possibly if we can't get something in here. I mean, we could
I've never been used
we
to.
we could luck out and get like a Brock Purdy situation where you hit in the draft and some guy you
You
get to
hit
pay
the
nine.
quarterback lottery.
Yeah,
Not in Cleveland, buddy.
in the
Not
fifth
in Cleveland.
no, in the 5th or 6th round. But I mean, we've tried that so many times, and the
Mhm.
infamous jersey just keeps growing.
Just snag a Tom Brady in
Ah.
the last pick in the draft.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
those dream situations are probably never going to happen,
Mhm.
especially
Never,
here.
ever.
So do you guys watch, at least for me, and I try not to do this, but it's just, I think it's second nature. And I think it's second nature for everybody here in Cleveland. You sit there on Sunday, you see the debacle that we have on the field, except for the Baltimore game. But you're like, wow, Baker Mayfield, top QB. Wow, Joe Flacco is now starting in place of Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Wow, look at Kareem Hunt having touchdowns for the freaking
Can you
undefeated
believe
Chiefs.
I've heard Baker Mayfield in talks for MVP up in the
Mhm.
race? I am
Yeah.
floored.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a kick.
So
in
how
the-
do you justify
I don't
those
know.
decisions?
You
Yeah.
don't. It's just a kick in the balls to all of us as fans.
I mean, Joe Flacco, you know how I feel. Joe Flacco
Bring him back.
would have stayed here for a freaking bag of chips. Okay.
Mhm.
He even said, I haven't even looked at my bank account. I don't know what they're paying me. I just want to play ball. Do you remember that? He
Mhm.
said that in a press conference. I remember everything that guy said because I loved him.
And he's very much of a Stefanski style quarterback where
Yes.
they like
They
to
kinda look
push the
alike,
ball
I
down the
think.
field. It's not like the dink and dunk offense. Like he excelled in what
Yes.
the plays were drawn up where
Mhm.
he was working. I know
That's
it's
because Flacco has a high football IQ. He can read the defense. He can take a playbook and get a feel for it and execute some of the basic plays that need to be. We didn't need, this acrobatic backflipping Flacco. We just needed a guy that could get the ball down the field. He was accurate. He had an arm. He
He
was
was calm.
cool and calm under pressure.
a guy that actually steps up in the pocket and doesn't get his offensive line confused where he's going to be. The offensive line can block for a guy that they know where he's going to be. And and Stefanski loves running from the shotgun and likes to run the ball. Not as much as I'd like to see, but we play a lot of shotgun offense. That's not Deshaun's strong suit. It never has been. And I don't know. It never made sense to me. Yeah, he was really, really good with Houston and Clemson, but it just didn't make sense situationally with the way they run an offense. And they weren't going to change the playbook for him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's sometimes relationships just don't work when you can't get everything together,
Right. Now, what about Jameis?
Jameis, I have my opinions about Jameis. Jameis has an arm. Jameis can get the ball down the field, but Jameis can not only win you a game, but he can lose you games too. He has a tendency to be careless with the ball at times, and there, all quarterbacks have their moments, but I just feel like Jameis is a little more reckless and ballsy. And while it's a double-edged sword. You know, you have this guy that's willing to go all out and get that ball down the field, but at the cost of throwing a few interceptions and maybe costing you the game because the clock runs out, you know.
Mhm.
I think he's a good player. He's a solid number 2, but I don't think that he's the answer. I do recall, I think I had posted and said he had good presence in the pocket. He does. He's not running around like Deshaun Watson. And, it just seems like Watson wasn't able to stay in the pocket. And I think somebody had accused me of overreacting about Jameis Winston being the starting quarterback. And I hardly think that saying that he has good presence in the pocket means that that we're winning a Super Bowl. All I was trying to say was that he's able to stand in the pocket and throw freaking passes and touchdowns and actually get over 300 yards in a game. Him and Flacco are the only guys that have done it.
I know.
In the past couple seasons for us. And I think that is fucking pathetic. Considering we're paying Leroy all this damn money. So
230 million should be doing that.
Yes,
like that.
He should be doing that.
In
so,
his sleep.
So Jameis is a good Band-Aid for the moment, but if Watson ends up coming back, which it does sound like it, I think that the Browns fan base is going to self-destruct.
We're going to implode.
But we'll implode and have a dome eventually. So
yeah, we'll implode in the dome.
Yeah, so we can be angry and pissed off in the dome. Yeah.
Mayor, who do you prefer between Jameis and DTR starting?
Oh, I'm by far Jameis.
People were flipping out last week. Put DTR in, remember?
No,
Did you see all that chatter?
He's too inconsistent. His accuracy is terrible. He has no touch to his pass. I mean, he throws just rockets, and I don't know. He's extremely athletic. I mean, if you want to run some trick plays with him, fine. I'm all for that. But I don't want him being my starting quarterback with 35 passes in a game, because that's just a recipe for disaster.
Definitely, because Jameis can throw a beautiful ball. Like he has a nice. He throws some nice passes, nice tight spiral. He is accurate for the most part, and like I said, he has those moments where he gets caught slipping, and and those times when he loses us the game. So
right, yeah, and one thing and what you always see about Jameis Winston are all these hype videos that he does, and I think that's great. I think that's one thing that they have been missing as well, is having that positive presence in the locker room. And if you notice when the guy, even if something bad happened, which it's always happening, the guys coming off the field, coming back to the bench when they're, switching, and Jameis is, he's hitting everybody, hey, good job, blah, blah. Not just sitting on the bench with a towel on his head, looking at an iPad.
He engages with the team a whole lot better.
Totally engages.
Yeah. It's a totally different atmosphere. I mean,
it is.
I had a hype video and a reel set up for this episode for the freaking Browns, and then I had about the first 30 seconds made, and then I deleted.
It's hard not to like Jameis.
I used a clip of
he's
him,
a likable
hyping
guy.
up the team in the beginning, and I was like, "This is gonna be it." Yeah. Nope.
We were at that Baltimore game, and it was
you said it was electric.
Unbelievably good.
Yeah.
I mean, just to be in the atmosphere. I mean, it was, tears at the start because Jim Donovan, then, just all the emotion of the game. They were killing it. And then at the very end, that, Tillman TD, I mean, just tears. Like, I couldn't even control it. It was just, I'm like, I'm an AFib. This is crazy. It was so exciting. It was such a good game. Oh, so great. It's just amazing. Like how do we go from beating the freaking Baltimore Ravens to losing so terribly to the Chargers? Like what happens in a week with this team? It's an Indian burial ground. I'm telling you, that's another reason why we need to freaking get off that. We need to get off the dirt that freaking stadium is on. I want off the dirt.
It is cursed lands.
Yeah. Don't transfer any of that land.
No, I want all new stuff.
All new stuff.
I'm going to tell Kevin, I want all new stuff.
We need all new toys.
Yeah, all new stuff. Leave the uniforms there, all this shit. Just leave it all there. Burn it.
Just leave it. Burn it.
Yeah.
I agree.
A big
Yeah.
ceremonial burning off of the lake.
There's not enough sage for that shit. Like, get it, get it out there. Bye. So,
Oh, Jesus.
so shall we move on from the
Yes.
Browns to WWE? The Crown Jewel was on Saturday. Did you watch, Mayor? Did you watch the whole Crown Jewel?
I watched all of it. I was kind of zoning in and out on one match, not because anything wrong with the match itself. I just was kind of busy at the time. So I did miss the women's tag match, but I did watch the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have a few slides. We're just going to go through the winners and maybe talk about if you saw the match or not. And kind of go from there.
Okay.
So, let's see what we got going on. So I do know that the new bloodline ended up winning.
Yeah, that was really shocking to me to see them winning.
Yeah.
Especially who got pinned. I mean,
well, Roman Reigns hasn't lost in like 1,071 days or some crap. It was that ended Roman Reigns' historic 1,070 plus day reign as far as never losing. So
yeah, and Solo got the pin on him, and it was a clean pin.
Yeah.
I mean, as clean as you could have. So I mean that they're really, and they said I think Solo was the only person that's actually beaten Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes.
Has it?
So I think he's got a win over both of them.
Oh.
And,
I didn't know that.
And yeah, it's looking like that they're going to be obviously pushing towards a Survivor Series match, probably a War Games match between them and the new bloodline. And if you saw the ending of this match, you got Sami Zayn running in, old school, bloodline, Usi brother, brother from another mother. Yeah, it was really good to see him come in, and you didn't know which way he was kind of going. I mean, I feel like everyone felt like he was there to be the good guy, the peacemaker. And it turned out that that's what he was wanting to do. But then he kicks Roman Reigns with the haluva kick and just kind of gets egg all over his face. And everyone's like, what is he really here for? So, I mean, it's always something with this bloodline saga. It's like it's like General Hospital for men or women watching it. There's just
that's what we called it, actually.
Yes. Yeah. It's really soap opera-ish. And
truly.
And it's great stuff. Whoever's writing all of this, it's been such a slow build over the last couple years, just building the bloodline storyline. It has been fantastic. And if you're into just the stories behind the stories, between the moves, I should say, like it's great.
As someone who has watched General Hospital since they were 11 years old, I will say the acting is a little better on General Hospital.
Oh.
But
Is that the one with Victor? Or is that Young and Restless?
No, that's Young and the Restless.
Okay, my mom used to watch that all the time and just stare at that man's mustache. I think she had a crush on him.
He was like orange and he had a mustache.
Yeah.
How long have you been a fan of WWE or wrestling, I should say?
Yeah, well, wrestling. I started watching. It was WrestleMania 2 was the first wrestling match I ever saw. And that was on a VHS cassette with my dad and a bunch of his buddies sitting around watching it because you couldn't even watch pay-per-views back then.
No.
They were all closed circuit television until I think WrestleMania 3 might have been the first one.
I think it was because my dad pirated cable. So.
Yeah. Now you could, if you had like bar access, you could get closed circuit television.
We had a satellite dish.
Or satellite dish. Now you couldn't just order it.
No.
Off your cable box or call in. So I remember watching WrestleMania 2, steel cage with Hulk Hogan and King Kong Bundy, and I was hooked ever since.
Wow. And Hulk Hogan was your favorite? I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Every boy, most boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, grew up just idolizing the man.
Who are you a fan of now?
I mean, I love Gunther. I'm a big fan of Gunther. I love his wrestling style, just very no nonsense. He's going in there, he's chopping the shit out of people. He's wrestling moves. There's not a lot of wasted motion. He's not going to be diving through the ropes or really coming off the top rope. It's not going to be a lot of acrobatics. It's just no nonsense professional wrestling, and I love that about
He's a beast. When the match with him and Sammy at WrestleMania, I was like, oh my God. I mean, I was like breathless that whole match.
Yeah. And I've always been a big fan of Brock Lesnar. I'm a fan of the big guys that just go in there and brutalize people.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. And these two are my favorite. My favorite ladies. Well, and I love Candice LeRae, but as a tag team,
tie in technically, I guess, with Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I met them. At Brown's training camp the day after WrestleMania.
Yep.
Nice. I've met Johnny once, but I've never met Candice LeRae.
I was just standing there by the puppies, and I turned around, and Candice has that hair. I mean, you can't miss it. And they're just standing there with their kid. And I'm like, that's Candice and Johnny at Brown's training camp. So I went up and we took pictures with them, and it was crazy. It was like nobody was talking to them there because nobody realized who they were.
Wow.
Isn't
I mean,
you'd see
at that time, she probably had bright pinkish purple hair too.
Purple hair.
Yeah. I mean, that's hard to not notice, right? Unless she had it up in a ball cap, but I'm sure she didn't.
No, it was crazy. So anyway, back to our ladies.
We've digressed.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch this tag match too in depth, but I'm a fan of a lot of the women that were in this match. Yes. I think Chelsea Green is one of the most entertaining people on the entire roster.
She's really good at playing like ditzy chick, like
very Karen-esque.
Yes.
Right? Yes. I love everything that she does in that role. It's fantastic. But these two athletic beasts, they are so freakishly athletic that what they do in the ring. I mean, it's the complete. Well, I mean, Jade, I can't say is the complete opposite because both of them are just powerhouses too.
Yeah, I think these two and Charlotte Flair are pretty darn up there as far as just athletic ability. I feel like that about Io Sky too. She's got some moves in the ring too. So.
She's just like complete fire. I mean, I don't know how anybody contains her, to be honest. I mean, she's just she is all over the place. These two to me are like perfect. I mean, they almost look like cartoon. They almost look like cartoon characters. They're like
superheroes.
Perfect. Yeah, they look like superheroes.
Yep. Like Storm and Jubilee. No.
And they retained, right? They retained their belts from what that's right. Because on Monday Night Raw, you had Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, or I forget what. In NXT, she was Gonzalez, and I'm not sure which one they're using. I'll just say Raquel. That they're going to be challenging them, and that should be a great match.
That'll be a good match for sure. All
right, let's go.
Like say who's
next one here?
Okay,
this fool. He is so good at being annoying.
Yeah, I'm one of the people that I feel are actual like Seth Rollins haters.
You are?
I like him.
Kind of annoying.
But he's so annoying to me. Like, I cannot get behind his character. To me, he's the bad guy. He's the guy that like I want to root against. He's just so over the top and outlandish. Like, I love the match between him and Bronson Reed, though.
Yeah.
He did get the win over Bronson Reed, who has been coming on strong with injuries.
Bronson Reed is a big ass dude, and he is nimble as hell. Like You wouldn't expect a guy built like a fridge. His ass in real life. Come on now.
I was surprised that it went that way.
Yeah. Me too.
And at the end of the match, he did say, "You know where to find me," to Bronson. And on Monday Night Raw, he found him. And Bronson Reed took everyone out on Monday Night Raw. And that was fun stuff.
Revenge.
Yep. Let's go here next.
Liv and Nia.
Nia, I feel like she should have won because I'm just like I'm over Liv. Over the Liv storyline now. I'm ready to move forward. That's how
and on Monday Night Raw, I believe it was Io that won the Battle Royal, and she'll be challenging Liv probably at Survivor Series for the belt.
Yeah, I hope
she'll
be an interesting match.
Yeah.
I don't think that Liv and Nia had a very good match, in my opinion. They just didn't gel very well together. I don't know what it was, but and there was too much going on the outside. Like I could have done without all of that in a match, but it was what it was. And I enjoyed the entire show that I saw, but this was probably my least favorite match. Although we did get Tiffany Stratton out there.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that there's a storyline with her and Nia, and I'd love to see Tiffany cash in on Nia and the crowd just go crazy for Tiffany Stratton and get like a good babyface push.
I love Tiffany.
We got a fact of the day. There you go.
Yes,
I didn't come with a fact.
So here's our fact.
Jade's husband is
I did know that.
Indian second baseman Brandon Phillips.
I did know that.
And I am just waiting for getting a Tiffany Stratton Charlotte Flair match at WrestleMania because I see it happening.
Oh yeah.
I see Charlotte coming back as the heel character that she should be.
Oh yeah.
I hated her baby heel. Yeah, she was phenomenal as a heel. And I want to see her versus Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania and just kill it.
That would be great.
Yes, both of them have a mean
That would be great. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm over Liv too. And I know we're not time right now, but do you hear Rhea is out
for injury?
Is that even true though?
Yeah, I think until further notice is what I heard.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Something ocular.
Orbital bone fracture.
Oh yeah. Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Hey.
Let's see who's next here. We have this was a no contest, so I gave it a big ol'. It was Kevin Owens ambushing Randy Orton, and they just called it a no contest. I got bits and pieces of that match, but I kind of wanted to see Randy Orton. He's fun. He's one of my favorites to watch. I enjoy him.
Yeah, big Randy Orton fan. It's gonna, it's just storyline building. They didn't have a match. Honestly, it probably was better this way, but the KO heel turn has been great. I'm loving Kevin Owens. I'm just afraid that he might not be returning to WWE and will end up in AEW because I know his contract's coming up here in the next several months. So I could see, him not returning because he does have a lot of friends over in AEW. And a guy with a gigantic checkbook willing to spend money.
Right?
Yeah.
So I couldn't blame him. Take the money, Kev.
That's right. Take the money and run, Kev.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. No contest. Let's move forward. LA Knight. This guy is pretty fun on the mic. I find him really entertaining. I think I didn't see the entire match, but I do know that I enjoy watching Andrade. He's a good wrestler. He's one of my favorites to watch. He just is very technical, very good. But LA Knight, they're pushing really hard lately, and the people love him though. But he's a good shit talker, so I enjoy watching him.
He's very 90s attitude era. Like if you mixed Rock and Stone Cold into one guy, you kind of get LA Knight.
Yeah.
The very basic, straightforward wrestling. Old school. I would say almost even 80s style wrestler. Like it's not super flashy.
Yeah.
But it's not like Smash Mouth either. It's not, it's kind of just old school 80s style wrestler. And he just runs his mouth fantastic. I love the guy. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah. I think it was a good win for him to win over
Andrade and Carmelo.
Yeah. Yep. Carmelo and Andrade. So that was good for him. So yeah, I hope to see him a little more and see where they take his character.
Me too. They should frosted tip his hair then if we're going to go 90s. Let's frosted tip that hair, LA. Let's go. And
speaking of some frosted hair, here we are with Cody.
Yeah, that's right. We go on to Cody, my favorite.
Is that Joe Burrow? No, I'm kidding. Joe Burrow is more Ellen DeGeneres than Cody, but
that's for sure. He does. He looks.
Oh my God.
That guy, I tell you.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of Cody also. I loved his dad.
Yes.
Big old school Dusty Rhodes fan.
Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, just a common man. Yeah.
I'm singing a song now. America.
Oh yeah, the WWF version. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was great. I actually went as Dusty Rhodes for Halloween one year.
Did you?
No
Yeah,
way.
the
That's
WWF one with the black with the black
Yeah, the
shirt with
black
yellow
and
polka
yellow polka
dots.
dot thing.
Yeah, the
Yep.
headband, everything. I love Dusty
That's
as a kid.
You got to
awesome.
dig a picture of that out because that's got to be epic.
I don't know if I can find it, but I went as Hogan a couple times. You know, I was a big Hogan guy.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
so great.
Cody had a great match with Gunther. Cody
Mhm.
did get the win over him. It was about a 20-minute match, back and forth. They didn't let either one of them come out looking any worse for the wear.
Mhm.
I was kind of surprised that it was a clean victory, but it still was kind of like a cheap clean victory. It wasn't like he hit him with his finish, won easily. You know, it was kind of out of nowhere. You know, there was like a quick little win. So I thought it was a great match. It made both guys look good, and both of them are going to be going on to their own ways, and still were able to have that champion versus champion match without harming anyone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
I think that's the last one.
It is. It was the
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah.
We're like at perfect timing. So look at us.
Gonna hit that hour mark right on the money.
We are efficient
Yes.
here at the
Yes.
Squad Pod. We are respectful of everyone's time out there.
Yeah, but before we
Mhm.
close things off, we wanted to have, a quick moment of silence for our friend and our local I'm just gonna share my memories of Jim Donovan because I haven't lived in Cleveland for many years, but I grew up watching him on doing the sports and stuff on the news, and so awesome that through the years, how much of a presence that he's had in the Cleveland sports scene, and just a huge loss. Like, I've always looked forward to his calls in the booth when, we had that a big touchdown run by Nick Chubb or a huge pass down the field for a big win. And he was always so colorful in how he called the games, and he will truly be missed. So if you have any memories, please say so. Really quick, and then we'll give a moment of silence too.
Ironically, I just met Jim on June 13th at the Kevin Stefanski event.
Wow.
Yeah, he was there and he was looking great, and he was, so kind and talking to everyone. And it was so great to meet him. And I'm so happy I had the ability to, but when you think too about Cleveland sports, we lost Fred McLeod, who was amazing. And then Jim, you put right up there, and we still have Hammy with us. We love our little Hammy. But yeah, this was, we knew, Jim was sick, and it just still doesn't make it any easier.
No, I mean, from my memory, I never got to meet Jim Donovan, but I did remember his call when it was Willie Green running, and just him screaming, "Run, Willie, run!" And I don't know what it was. Like, I was so into the Browns back then. I mean, even obviously now, but back then, like in college years, I feel like you're just a little bit more animated in what you're watching. You're a little bit more into it at the time. And I just remember jumping up and down with all my buddies watching that exact play. And we were so into watching the Browns, setting up set up our table and all just sitting around watching.
Yeah. So I was just gonna say, let's give ourselves about 10 seconds to give him a moment of silence.
Yep.
Well,
It's still not easy.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yes. Oh.
But we're gonna go ahead and close off the show. But before we do that, we wanted to kind of remind you that we have
Yes. Yes, we Yes, we do have as I'm sure most of you have seen, we do have, Heather, Love Buckeyes on X. She has been doing a college football podcast, I believe on Fridays typically. But she is going to now also have a little Cavs talk every Tuesday, except for the first Tuesday of the month when obviously we are on with the Squad Pod. So watch out for the link for this on Tuesday nights as we follow our Cavaliers through this, hopefully, 82 win season. Let's hope we just put that in the universe. But she will have that in there. Obviously, Yvette always has her great content. She's coming out with something every day or so. You can watch our past episodes on YouTube at Bougie Sports. If you've not hit the subscribe button, you really need to. That way you won't miss anything. And again, following us on, I can't do it without doing the motion on X.
X, give it to you. Yeah.
At the Real Squad Pod. Also following us at Bougie Sports on X as well. And Facebook, we are on Facebook, Squad Pod, and Bougie Sports also. Yes. Yep. So thank you to our mayor for coming on and talking to us a little about Canton food, as well as our Cleveland sports and WWE. It's been fabulous.
Thank you guys so much for having me. And the reason that's brought us all together is Bougie Sports. So I was just going to reiterate it. If you guys are not already following Bougie Sports on YouTube and on X, give it a follow. Give the Squad Pod a follow. Give all of us a follow on the old Twitter X app.
Yeah,
and
fill us in on your stuff.
What's that?
Fill us in on your stuff too that you do.
I mean, you guys just follow me on Mayor of Canton on X, and I'll be there eating my food every Wednesday at 6 p.m. provided I remember to do it. And sometimes I get a little busy at work and I just forget to throw it up there because they won't let you pre-program a tweet, which would just be nice if I could do that.
I know, right?
Yeah, get on that, Elon. I mean, if you can make rockets land 150,000 miles an hour into a pin drop area, you can probably make it so I can schedule my tweet. But
come on now. Yeah. Yep. Well, thank you all for joining us, and we will see you again for sure the first Tuesday in December. Maybe even before. I think we may have a little Friendsgiving coming your way this month, so keep your eyes peeled. Yep. Have a great night, everybody.
Thanks. See ya.
Thank you. See you guys.